questions to ask, right? I campaign with the confidence rising. I told WDF don't switch, good times are coming on even deep diving. Fan cams, reactions, watch along, still the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South, they flying. Keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.
Yo, yes, my people, we are back with the TACT. Feels like I haven't done this in a while, though. Or has it just been only a week? Because it feels like it's been a long time.
I think
last time was a pre-record,
it was
wasn't
a pre-record, yeah.
But, as always, this is the TACT at 7:30 on our next game. And our next game is against Bournemouth. Dan is still living his best life in Brazil.
Lucky him.
So lucky him. Hopefully he comes back with a tan. But Rich is always subbing in for him. So Rich, how you doing?
I'm not too bad. It's been a busy week, very busy week, and it's not even going to get any lighter. I mean, I've just figured out that week of the goals and then the chip challenge and the gravity evening, that's also the Monday of that week's my birthday. So we've got Monday's my birthday, Tuesday's the under 21s final, Wednesday's the awards evening. It's a mad week.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to the awards evening.
Yeah.
But boy, it's very busy for you, mate. Very busy for you.
Indeed.
But for me, what is it with me and getting caught in the rain?
It's mad, you know.
I got caught out again today, mate. I got caught bad. I got home from work. I looked tough. I was like, oh, sunny, man. I'm gonna go get trim. Gonna go get fresh trim. So I bopped to the shop and I was like, yo, it's kind of hot, you know. So I took off my hoodie. I didn't even take my jacket. Took off my hoodie, sat in Barbers, chatting to boss man, didn't realize what happened. Paid up, I turned around, I see torrential rain.
Yeah, you're stressed.
And I'm thinking, bro, it's like a 20-minute walk, you know. And it's not even like one of them walks where you could get the bus halfway. No, it's just a walk. And I'm thinking, yo, this is a long day. So I had to get my run on. And I still got soaked. To be fair, I was worse after Spurs, but still.
It's not a good look still.
It's not good. But we're not here to talk about the stresses of my life. We're here to talk about the stress that Crystal Palace causes my life.
Well, technically, we shouldn't have any more stress because we're officially safe now, mathematically safe. No need to worry anymore, guys. And we're just gonna, obviously, still finish as high as possible. Well, enjoy these nets.
So yeah, one thing that I was speaking with my dad about before I actually started the show was this game's going to go one of two ways because both of us are mathematically safe. So it's either, I think they're on 40 points as well, aren't they?
I'm not sure. Let me have a quick look because I know it's Wolves, and I think they might be on 39. So I don't think they're too far off it, to be fair.
I think if they're on 39, I'm pretty sure that is safety as well.
Yeah, I think because of the results that.
39. Yeah, they're safe. They're safe.
It's because of the results.
So because they are also safe, I was talking about this. I was thinking it's going to go one of two ways. Either both teams are going to be on the beach, or like last time we played, both teams were safe, but it ended up finishing 5-3. So we could be in for some fireworks as well. So.
Well, we're due one after the Everton debacle, so.
Yeah, I think we just played a bit crap there, and also we haven't done a madness for a while. Spurs sort of took the wind out of our sails. But
you know what's crazy?
They're
actually not safe yet.
Because
of their goal difference.
Ah,
it's worse than Leicester and Leeds at the moment. So it will need a mad turnaround. Like Bournemouth will have to lose all three. Leicester and Leeds will need to win all three. Yeah, I think Leicester have Liverpool on Monday.
It's a long day. It's a long 3 weeks till the end of the season for those teams.
No, 100%.
But I'm gonna go into my predicted 11, and here we go. In goal, sticking with Sam, with Mitchell, Gay, Anderson, Ward, Decore, Schlupp, Eze, Zaha, Elise, Jordan Ayew. Rich, would you change this team?
Nah. There's no point. There's no point in changing the team, to be honest.
Yeah, there's no point. I keep saying it. I want to play a Hamada instead of Schlupp to put him on a little bit of get some game time under him. Now we're safe, because there's no reason to protect him anymore, really.
That's a good point.
And maybe even give maybe after the Ward debacle of what he's been doing lately, maybe put Richards back at right back again.
Yeah, I guess because there's nothing to play for now.
There's nothing to lose, so you can start to experiment now.
Yeah, 100%. Especially that game, and obviously the first game at home.
Also, question to you: because the championship season's over now, and Ratsaki's come back, and League One's over as well, and Ratsaki and Phillips are back, are they allowed to play in the Premier League now?
I doubt it. I think they're still contractually signed to. So I think it might be like June the 1st or something like that.
Okay. Because I was hearing rumors that apparently we're trying to get Ratsaki in our PSV final. Because he still qualifies.
That's different. That might still be able to run, because I'm not going to lie.
He played at the start of the season, didn't he?
Yeah, and PSV are mad.
Yeah, we need all the help we can get in that game.
They're cold.
So we agree on the team. Their team, I'm going with Neto, Vina, Kelly, Sinisi, Smith, Lerma, Rothwell, Otara, Billing, Ryan Christie, with Solanke up top.
I don't know how they're going to turn up for this game now, now that they're not mathematically safe, but they're as safe as can be.
I think if looking at the team, I know a lot more about Zamora and Jaden Anthony, who the stars of the start of the season, but Gary O'Neill seems to have got this team ticking. He really does.
He really does.
He's making Lerma look like a really good box-to-box midfielder. Otara, 20 million from Lorient, looking like a good signing.
Billing is he's one of the players. If let's just hypothetically say they had gone down, Billing would have been one of the first on there. Because I think he's a tiny player. I
think the first guy on my team sheet, if they did go down, would have been Zamora. I think he's quality.
Is he? He's going to Udinese, isn't he not?
I'm not sure. I
heard there's rumours.
I think because they're staying in the Prem, there's no reason to go now, is there?
That's a good point.
But I think it looks like the 50 million that they splashed in January has worked out.
That has saved them, yeah.
Some of their players have been absolutely unreal, and it's done a job. However, they did spend a hell of a lot of money on rubbish. The Nigerian Traore that they bought has never hit the ground since he came in, has he?
He hasn't.
I don't think he's even had a few games or not, but I don't think he hasn't worked out.
Semenyo hasn't worked out, but when he does come on, he has an impact.
Semenyo hasn't worked out, but I feel like he's one of them guys where you look at next season, you don't look at him this season.
Yeah.
And maybe I think we was all getting a bit too hyped over him when some people saying Parish out when we didn't sign him.
Oh, well, we were desperate though, and we still are technically.
Yeah, we were culprits of this allegation, so I have to hold my hands up and say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But this is I think it's pretty much the same team that they played against Chelsea and the same team that they slapped up Leeds. I'm gonna pull a Statman down here, and I'll give you a stat. And because we're gonna go into the
Right, so
attacking
I'm just
attacking
gonna
part.
say pause just in case.
Okay.
I don't know how much you want to be pulling Statman down.
Well, okay. Good for you. So, because we're gonna go attacking first, here's a stat. Bournemouth have conceded 21 goals from set pieces this season.
They're bad.
That's crazy. That's a lot of set pieces. That's a lot of set pieces. And how did we score both our goals at their place early on in the season?
Set
Two
pieces.
set pieces.
Yeah.
IU header and a nice corner routine and a nice goal from Eze, actually. So hopefully those two guys can pick up that kind of form again. So, first things first is we're going to attack in whichever way suits us the most, purely because they defend very strangely, and I think that's something that Gary O'Neill's done well. I think it works so well with people playing along the floor, and that's one thing that will definitely stifle us in this game. They're good at counteracting dribblers because they pack out that midfield. They leave no space in between defenders and midfielders. So the passing play is not going to be there as it normally is. And you have to run through all of them. But they have got some good tacklers in there. Lerma's great at tackling. Kelly is great at tackling, for example. However, a big part of this is how they form. So they sort of form as like a 4 at the back, if we can see here with my highlight. But Otara and Billing, they're not fullbacks, but they stand slightly wider than the fullbacks. So they are extremely compact in the middle. So as you can see in here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in this danger area. And if you look into the channels, you're looking at 3v1s here. So look, Elise has got 3 around him, Zaha's got 3 around him, Ayu's got 5 around him, and still, like they're doubling up, but they are leaving a hell of a lot of space for our fullbacks.
Yeah.
And I think because our fullbacks are so dreadful, they don't really have to worry about them that much. In an attacking sense.
Yeah, I mean our fullbacks have been bad, but at the same time under RHEA they've been better, and they have got forward a bit more. So I think we need to utilize them as much as possible, as much, even if it means that the crosses are terrible and we win a corner from them or something. I think they're going to be used because there's good. In a sense, Jordan Ayew's game against Spurs, I think would help us because now he's had a good game up top and he's had a bad game up top, and he knows he's not going to get any joy, you know. And the only way Zaha and Elise get joy is through Mitchell and Ward being higher up the field.
Yeah. So one way that they concede, they do concede a lot of crosses as well, which is something a bit strange. So how I've seen that they've conceded in certain scenarios is that, so let's say we're passing around the back, having a good time. The ball goes into Ward. Because these centre-backs are so far away from each other, this is exactly how Gallagher scored the other day. He just came straight through the middle, ran straight towards the goal, good ball in. Centre-backs were so far apart from each other that they couldn't... Like, the one in the front was too close to track the ball coming in, and the one behind him was too far away to challenge him. So he had a free head, like, pretty much on the 6-yard box. And this is what happened. So, I think Ziyech was in Ward's position, cut in, and just whipped a cross in, and that's it. Like, no pressure, no nothing. And how many times this season have we seen us, like, Elise drive with the ball at a defender, think, I can't actually take him on right now. Oops, let me get rid of this. So, oh, no, I can't take him on right now. I'm going to pass it back. Wardy's got so much space here, he could maybe take a few touches and then just bang a ball in there. He's done it many times before,
Yeah,
and it could be a very good outlet for us in this game.
100%. It's literally what I just set up myself, actually. And the key to, I think, obviously attacking. But I'm going to have that emphasis, as you said, with the fullbacks, but also, like you said, where you've got Zaha and Elise positioned. They need to, in my opinion, and let me do it this way, they would need to really tuck in. This is where we're going to need them here. One of two reasons. It's either
coming on the inside.
Inside runs. Because one of two things is going to happen is the fullbacks are going to follow and such, which will give the space to the fullbacks, as we mentioned already. So having Mitchell and Wardy go forward. Or if defensively they're really not at the races, if Elise tucks in, and let's assume that's Kelly, he comes across, that's the space there in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
For whether it's Ayew or a late runner. You know, and like Eze had a very late run against Brentford, you know, and that came from at least a little dink into the box as well. You know, so that's definitely going to be where our joy is. Our joy is going to come from fullbacks or I think inverted forwards.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like it's definitely a strong point in the game, but I think another way in the game that could be very interesting is because of this strange system where their midfielders are slightly wider than the fullback. It will leave a little bit of confusion. So let's say that Wardy passes the ball into Elise here, and Elise has got the ball. He's going to turn around and see 1, 2, 3, 4 players between him and the goal. And we've seen it many times before. He's grabbed the ball and he's dribbled back a little bit to make some space so he could lay off the ball. Give back to Ward, straight back to Anderson, or maybe even switch it, as we've seen. But because of this strange formation, if Elise is here and dribbles the ball backwards, there's going to be a miscommunication here because there's a lot of people in a very small area which are all trying to press this one player.
Yeah.
So if Elise dribbles the ball out, Lerma could follow, Billing could follow, and Vitinha could follow, which, you know, clearly leaves like what, Elise no option. He can't just turn around and dribble through 3 players. The pass through to Eze is almost impossible because Lerma will intercept it. However, if this happens and Elise dribbles away and they follow, we've got a very nice little passage of play that could open up here if you've seen it. So, if I can grab this. So, Elise could go straight back to Anderson. We know how good Anderson is with his quick passing. Anderson could whip it straight into Eze, who's now got free space because Lerma's gone. Oh. Come on, man. And we're in. Nice little free passes. And because Kelly's so wide, he won't be able to make up that ground. And Senesi won't be able to make up that ground. I wouldn't say I use free in the box, but he'll have a lot of time on the ball to even take a touch. And also, as this is happening, there's no reason why we can't have other players committing into the box. We have a Zaha committing with Schlupp, bringing that late run as you was talking about. Or even, Eze's been on fire lately. He could even have a pop from here. This is like a very similar position to where he scored against Southampton.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that is very important for us is this one touch pass, and we need to break these lines so quickly so that they don't see what's coming.
Yeah.
And one thing that's very important is that in the Spurs game, we sort of reverted back to how we was.
We were negative.
Yeah, we sort of reverted to a little bit of how we was under Vieira, in the fact that all three of our forwards, Elise, Ayu, and Elise, were all making the same run into the same point.
Yeah.
They need to be going to different areas, because if you put a ball in the box and they're all going to the same point, if the ball don't go to that place, no one's getting the ball. We've lost possession, so they need to make different runs. I need to make a diag while Zaha goes straight. Like they need to be some sort of communication there and some training done there, so that they all know what their role is when a ball comes into the box.
Yeah.
And I think even though we ain't got the tallest team in the world, we can hurt them, because heading out, defending with their head, set pieces, they're not the ones. And I think because we've got dribblers like Eze and Elise, if these guys can have a little bit of free roam around here, around the danger area of free kicks and corners, we could do a lot of damage to these guys here.
No, absolutely. And if all that movement's done, as you had alluded to, three of our very good ball playing players will be on the ball, really, from a defensive standpoint.
Yeah.
Anderson, Gay, and Decore. And we're going to need all three of them to be heavily involved in this game in order to control the game, to control the balance of the play, and so on and so forth. And the more possession that we have, the easier it will be for our fullbacks to get up the field, and such. But obviously, I guess once that brings the defensive side, we do need to be switched on, because one thing that Bournemouth do well is break quickly.
Break quickly and commit forwards.
Yeah.
Before we go on to the defensive side, let's hit through some comments. Big up the chairman. Big up Football Power Hour. Big up Vibes. Slanky hat-trick incoming. I hope not. I'm trusting Roy with my FPR decided to bring in Eze.
It's a good shout.
It's a good shout. Big up Realist. Big up Louis. Saying no way. Jez, is that allowed? I'm not sure about Premier League, but I'm pretty sure the Youth Cup thing is a bit of a grey area.
I won't be surprised if he's involved.
I wouldn't be surprised if they try and involve him, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they say no. Ward always have me wondering. Yeah, wondering if you could go pro, innit? Because me too. I think Zamора's already cut to Syria. Has he?
There was rumours about him going Udinese.
He's already agreed to leave. All right then, fair enough. Surely, if we give him a better option, surely he'd rather stay, no?
Yeah, we need another left back, to be fair.
Yeah, I've been saying this for years, man. Big up Brush. Big up Joe Blackman. Was good. Jesper in the building. Ratsaki available as Charlton. We're playing for this season. Yeah, if it is possible, it'll be a good way of giving him some Prem experience.
Yeah.
Also ahead of pre-season as well. Everyone's bigging each other up. Free Joe Simbin prison.
Yo, Joe, who do you get Simbin by? No, don't tell me it was KG. Don't tell me KG Simbin you. What happened?
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is a good point, and it's so key. Ward and Mitchell are going to be very key to how we navigate this game.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot of space and a lot of time on the ball, so I think they need to be very careful with what they do, not to commit too much forwards, as we've alluded to. They break very fast, and there's a certain player that has got an eye for a pass in their team, and we need to make sure. All right, let's get into it. Do you want to take the lead on the defensive side?
Now you make a start. Let me start up.
Okay, so us defending, it's going to be pretty standard. Blocks of 4-4 with one sort of guy that presses around our area, and Zaha who's out. He's trying to make that darting run away. and make a nuisance of himself. So they're not. So they play a very unsymmetrical type of football. I've seen. So as you can see, Vina is an extremely explosive and attacking fullback. To be fair, I could put him anywhere in this whole area right now. He could sit deep, he could draw to the byline, and he can run straight inside. What did he nearly scored? I think he nearly scored 2 against Chelsea just by picking up the ball deep and running. Like he's so good on the ball, but his best is running to the byline, and he doesn't cross. He'll run to the byline and pass back. He won't cross, which is something that's, I wouldn't say that's rare, but I'd say it's a pretty good attribute to have as a fullback, that you can be moving that fast but lay off a good ball, and it's always accurate. So, for example, if he runs to the byline, Wardy follows him, and Anderson's covering the near post. If Christie drifts in here, he'll find the pass. I haven't got a doubt in my mind that he won't find that pass. Find the pass, Billing, bang, goal. And they nearly scored like that, but I think Leeds got in. They made a good block and they got in the way of it. So
Yeah.
But remember, all that whole passing maneuver happens genuinely in about 5 or 6 seconds from the byline. So they are so fast and so decisive on where they move the ball.
Absolutely. Just one quick question: have you catered for Marcus Tavernier as well?
No, because he hasn't had that much game time lately.
I know he was coming back
sub.
from injury, but he's
Yeah.
another one. Like him and Billing just make late runs into the box.
So he would play in this Rothwell scenario. He's sort of outside of the block and will pick up the ball and dribble inside. But the main one that I want to pick out is Kelly with his Kelly, and I'm not going to pause myself. Kelly with his long passing.
Good job.
If you guys have eagle eyes, yeah, you will see that I've got Billing further forwards than Solanke.
Yeah, it always happens.
Why is that, you may ask? I'll show you. Kelly will hit this. Billing's heading ability is crazy, and he's like 6'5". He'll nod it down. Solanke will do 1-2 step overs and shoot. And it's not one of them big man, small man scenarios, but it works exactly the same. And it's very deadly. Solanke's scored many poachers goals, little fox in the box, purely out of this one move. And the thing is with this, he'll nod it on to Solanke. Otara, very similar to the fullback over here. He can run it to the byline, and he can also come inside. One thing of Otara as well, he does like an early cross, which we need to be very careful about. I think Gay's pace will be able to deal with it, but very accurate. And even though they commit so many people forwards, if you can see, like everyone's in sort of this quarter of the pitch. But even though they commit so much forwards, and there's a massive gap in between everyone else and the centre backs, they still leave a few people back because they know that because of how much they throw people forwards, they can still concede a break, and they have done earlier on the season. And O'Neill's seen it, said, "Look, we can't be conceding goals like this." I think who was it against? I think they were winning 3-1 or something, and then they lost
Spurs.
I think they lost 4-3, didn't they?
I think
it was
Spurs,
purely because of breakaways. So now he's seen it, addressed it, and now they play like this. So they've got a very fluid playing style, very end-to-end playing style, but with the players they have, it works. And just how they cut through people, they love 1-2s, give and go, run, and you get a through ball. That flicks and tricks. They're not overly flary, but they all know where their teammates are. And the one guy that I was telling you about that we need to worry about is the guy that we nearly bought under Vieira, Ryan Christie. The passing ability of this guy and the dribbling ability of this guy, I wouldn't say it matches the people like De Bruyne, because that's just impossible these days. But he's probably one of the best passers in this league. The way he can pick a ball, pick a man out from behind other defenders is unmatched in like the lower half of the table. We need to make sure that he has at least the least time on the ball as possible.
Yeah, I mean, just to follow up from what you were alluding to, let me turn this way and such. So, I've made Bournemouth red for this. It just made it easier to be switching all this around. Now, let's assume that they're attacking on the right hand side. They're right. This is where we need to be careful, because what they then tend to do is make sure whoever's attacking with the ball, they're looking for that pass in between fullback and centre back. And it's not necessarily to go into the box, but it's to get out wide. This is the area they're trying to get to. Once they're here, it's crazy. Like the options, like they're just bombing players forward. You know, there's a mass overload. And as JC alluded to earlier on, it's not necessarily a cross. It tends to be a cutback.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff. And that's why I mentioned Marcus Tavernier, because he's popped up with a few goals running late into the box.
Yeah, it's a massive variation of goals. It's a cutback and a shoot. Maybe it is a cross and Billing gets his head on it. Maybe it's a cutback that doesn't reach the man, but it pops onto the edge of the box, and someone like Tavernier will shoot from far. Like they've got so many options. They have people in the box and outside the box.
This is it. And when you look at when they break as well, because they break with such pace, they could start their break on the right hand side, and it could be the left winger that's having a shot off. You know, it's risky, but they've got a lot of reward from it. Now, I'm not saying that we should go and start sitting back behind the ball. No, we should obviously dominate possession. However, this is where Cech, Gay, and Anderson could be key to us on the break, because if we can somehow win the ball back, look at this area of the pitch here.
And we've got dribblers as well.
We've got runners with the ball as well, yeah. It's a massive area of the pitch that you can move out into.
And that's one thing. So, you know, both times when Eze done a whole pitch-long run against Sheffield United in both games, Sheffield United play a very similar style to what Bournemouth are playing right now. So if we can hit on the break, intercept the ball, which is what Decore is very, very good at, let me add, we could be, I wouldn't say we'd be in on goal, but I'd say we can make up a lot of ground very easily.
Yeah. And we've got the players that love to run with the ball as well, you know, and especially under Roy.
Yeah, Ayew, Zaha, Eze.
They're just doing that.
Even Cech to a degree, he'll pick up the ball and run with it. He's not afraid.
No, 100%.
And Schlupp. So.
And stuff. So, like, I think we'll dominate the game. We just need to be switched on, basically.
Oh, of course.
You know? Because, like, when we did the Spurs tactic, we said we've got to stop that pass into Harry Kane. The one time we didn't, he's managed to, what do you call it? Spray the ball wide, get the cross in, header, goal. You know, so it's all about us managing the game well. And I think we'll dominate. I think we'll dominate possession, but I don't think we shouldn't be naive to it. You know, because like on the break, they are very effective.
Oh, of course. Apart from that, I think that's it. Anything else you want to touch on?
We're not scared.
We're not shit kids.
We're not nervous either. No need to be nervous. When we do tactical, we always make sure we give both sides and stuff. What things can affect us, how we can affect them and stuff.
Yeah, obviously there's going to be a little bit of Palace bias in here, but we try and be as fair as possible. I am going to, like, even though Bournemouth lost to Chelsea, they lost to Spurs, they did this, did that. I'm still going to pick out the games where they've played very well. And we know as Palace fans that teams like to turn up against us.
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to base them on their best and their worst. So it's just a thing of, like, obviously, if any team is playing their best, you'd be nervous. Like, even Man City are afraid of us when we're on our game.
100%.
So it goes around. But let's hit some comments before we finish. I got Simbin for defending DTG on KG's show.
I'm not surprised.
Honestly, I think Palace will win this game. I hope so. He's got a 3-1 prediction. I'm guessing Palace. What's your score prediction? Let's do it now, Rich. What's your score prediction?
I'm gonna go 4-1. You know, I think the shackles are off. I think the boys are just gonna be allowed to play now, just enjoy themselves. And like I said, because even when you look at the game back at
so you think fireworks, not beach?
Yeah, I think so. I think because it's home. I think I'm more concerned about the Fulham away game. To be honest, I think that's beach and such. But when we were there at the Vitality,
and again, we've been saying Fulham are on the beach for long, and they've still been beating people.
Actually, they've been turning up lately, yeah. But when we were at the Vitality, yes, we scored the 2 goals from set pieces, but we had so many chances.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I think it'll be the same, to be honest.
The UK Pat says 4-5-1 is the formation for me. Bit defensive.
Yeah, we don't need to be too negative.
If it's 4-5-1 defending, yeah, but if attacking, that's a bit mad. Now you're not making me nervous. Yeah, as we said earlier, don't worry about it. We're just talking about their best and their worst. So it could be a place in the middle. That's what I'm saying. These man sounding scary.
Never that.
just analyze it fairly with a level head, and then you'll see their positives and negatives. These man are banter, and Decore have 200 interceptions this season.
It's crazy.
What a signing! I saw I don't know if you've seen it. It's called The Club. They do a podcast, and they had a segment of the best rookie of the year, and they've done it purely on the fact of their first Premier League season, not like a youth player coming up, just their first Premier League season, barring Haaland. Who is the best player? Because they settled on Matoma. And I think that Decore's got a shout. Yeah. I think Decore and Lavia have probably got the biggest shouts for me, personally.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, with Matoma, it's what he's done has been good. I have to give him credit for it. And obviously, when you're looking at football, in a sense, they're going to naturally side with the attacking players and such. But you've mentioned 2 players, in Decore and Lavia, who have just quietly just gone with their job. Doesn't help Lavia that Southampton have been in the relegation zone pretty much the whole of the season.
Yeah.
You know.
Like others you can say, like Aguerd. He's been good for West Ham when he's played.
But once again, another relegation threat. So it's going to kind of be like out of sight, out of mind, you know?
Yeah. But there's definitely people out there. So you guys put it in the comments. That could be a talking point on Get Amped this week. I think that's a good point to ask like bigger teams as well, because they won't even think of Decore.
Yes.
I backed that. I'm captain in Eze. Most underrated DM in the Premier League. Up the FPL. Yeah, man. I forgot to give my score prediction. I'm going 3-1 Palace. I'm going with Jack. I'm going with him. All right.
It was Joe.
It's Joe's Jack. It's all right. It's okay. Anyway, guys, this is TACT versus Bournemouth. If you guys are still sticking around, I'm sure we'll do the preview either tomorrow or Friday.
Yeah, preview will be tomorrow. We've got John Spark, Bournemouth fan, that will be joining us. Friday, I'm going to be on Parisian Londoner discussing Michael Elise, because obviously the rumours of
Okay.
his pending move to. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be criminal to separate him and Ebbs, man. It's going to be criminal. But
Yeah.
I've heard a few things through the grapevine that he doesn't want to leave unless there's something that you can't turn down, and you can't turn down PSG, really, can you?
Yeah, this is it. Like, I'm nervous about that one. I am nervous about that one.
Yeah, but Madueke is still available, kinda. until Chelsea realize he's actually a baller. But anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching.
appreciate you, man.
Look out for the future videos. We'll be at the fan zone after the Bournemouth game for some fan cams. And let's hope that we're not right with how the opposition team will concede, how we'll concede to the opposition team, because we've seemed to hit the nail on the head every single loss we've had. So, anyways, guys, this is me. That's Rich. We are out.
We'll have both, not just
Up-
for the
At the Palace.
Yo.
Go.